Alright folks, welcome to League number 3 with Reclaimer AmuLIT. What I am trying out in this league is I'm adding one more 1-drop, or I'm adding one Gracer. Not sure about this. This is taking the space of Uro, and then Uro is taking the space of the Negate. So, not sure about that. Also, one thing that I wanted to try is try to make fit an extra field in the main deck, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure, I'm gonna get punished by this keep. I know it, but what am I from? Have you a strong accent in Spanish? Yeah, it's Argentinian Spanish, so it's kind of close to Italian. I'm gonna bug myself because if they're playing Karn, I don't want to exile their expedition map. This is very likely to just end up being an on game, yeah. Just concede. Alright, so Sabrolin against Eldrazi Tron most likely. So Uro, this Field of the Dead, this cut here, cut Gracer, cut these, cut Bojuki Bog, one Asusa, and Cavern of Souls. Yeah. If we had an untapped land, I would keep that, but these hands are just not keepable, unfortunately. These are really, really bad hands. Sure. This Crass is not looking very good. Turn to Tron again. Alright. It's not turn 3 Tron. Why would you keep a 7-card hand that does not have turn 3 Tron? Blows my mind. Bounce land. Alright. That's pretty good. It is green Tron, however, so I'm gonna change my sideboarding slightly. Can I find a green source, please? Any untapped land with... Oh, no, never mind. They have an answer. Oh, no. Okay, so any untapped land does it. Any bounce land also does it. Brutal. Alright, so we still have a shot, though. It's just a little bit uglier. I need back a third time. Yeah, we're here. We're here. That's strictly wrong, right? For my opponent to crack the chromatic sphere right there is strictly wrong, because they might draw into into the basics that they don't want to draw into. They need to have an answer to the Dryad, otherwise we're gonna win, I think. Them having Tron and stuff is not gonna help them. Sweet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a Valakut and I'm gonna get a Flagstones. I'm gonna get a Vesuva, sorry, and a Flagstones. This is gonna trigger 12 plus one more for the Flagstones. Copy this. Keep this Flagstones. And we have to make sure that the triggers resolve this way. And now on resolution, this should work. This should be 18 damage. Alright, so this is actually green Tron, so we're going to sideboard a little bit differently. Yep. That's it. Okay. Okay, this hand is interesting. We have multiple ways to go about this. I think we're gonna go turn 1 AmuLIT, turn 2 Dryad Reclaimer, and that's gonna give us access to Ghost Quarter by turn 3. Yep. What if I play Reclaimer, we play AmuLIT, we sack this? No, that doesn't work, right? No, that doesn't work. So we have to lead on AmuLIT here. Why Emrakul? Because Emrakul goes over the top of what my opponent's doing, right? So if your opponent resolves a big Karn, then there's something for us to do, right? We have somewhere to go. All right, so Asus. 2, 4. I think we should be able to cast everything here. Bounce. Play this. Bounce. Dryad. Play this. Bounce. Dryad. Flagstones. Play Reclaimer. Say go. So we should be able to Titan next turn. So unless my opponent does something very impressive here, we should be able to win this one. This is a baby Karn. I think we might just be able to beat this. Ensnare and Bridge, maybe? Liquid Metal Coating. That does literally nothing, right? Because we just answer the Karn, and then the coding is not doing anything. Yeah. Not sure how good of a line that was, opponent. Alright, we have 5 land drops. That's 10 mana. 10 minus 2 because of the coding. That's gonna be what? 8 mana? 8, 9, 10. That's 2 to activate. We're gonna get 1 more because of the flagstones. So that is 11. 9. Yeah, even with my opponent activating the liquid metal coding, we should be fine here. Which I imagine they're gonna do right now. Okay, so this is land drop number 2. We have 3 land drop remaining. So we're gonna do 1. We're gonna sack this. That's gonna be 6 mana. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Sack this. Gonna go get Temple Garden. No. It untaps because of AmuLIT. And tap. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I think I might have miscounted. We have 1 more mana. Right? 1, 2, 3. Play Sanctuary. Alright, how sick is this deck? Chat, can we slow down here for a second and talk about how insane this deck really is? Valakut plus Stronghold. So this is 13 plus 8. What do you think of Timur Reclamation deck in Modern? I think it's very good. Kill Karn for good measure. Yes, oh, yes, oh, sealed. This goes against Twitch terms. How did you like that turn, Chad? How did you like that turn? That was a pretty good, like, that was a pretty good keep. Like one of those like AmuLIT puzzles, you know? Oh, this matchup is miserable for us. What do I think is the best AmuLIT deck version right now? I'm honestly not sure. Not human. I mean, more often than not, usually you just want to be playing like a straightforward, no-nonsense version. Right now, I don't know. Like, this list has felt better against Gruul, which is kind of a big deal. And it also kind of feels better against the blue decks as well. It might be that I'm just crazy, but I don't know. It has felt like it has potential. Scoop up an arrow square to teach so there has to be more. Damn, Stubbs. Too real. So I think that, well, I mean, we're probably getting bolted, right? But yeah. I could get Crossroads here. The problem with eating Crossroads is that, like, we're just shocking. So it undoes the life gain. And if we fetch Crossroads now, that means that we can't fetch Crossroads later. So we can do is we can just fetch Breeding Pool. That means Castle is fine. Try to beat Aether Gust, but the joke's on us because it literally can't be beat. Yeah. It's definitely above power level. I think I'm just gonna go with Crossroads. Maybe we find a green source off the top. Mutagenic growth. So if I cast Titan, how am I winning? This doesn't net me mana. So I feel like I'm gonna be winning. I think Cavern would stop Gust just for failure reasons. I mean, people hating caves to get out of the ops. So I think I'm just going to let this go. Like, if my opponent has lethal here, I think it's fine, like, whatever. But I think that the only way that I can realistically win this game is if this Dryad actually survives. Like, if this Dryad dies, I don't think I can win, so. If they have a lightning bolt and they just bolt me, I would just die. Well, that's even better than a lightning bolt, right? Yeah, this matchup has proved to be problematic. This matchup has proved to be problematic. They sometimes play Blood Moon, they sometimes don't. Try a Sundering Titan with Karn package. Yeah, I doubt that's gonna work out for you. I guess if you pack it, if you combine it with a Cavern, maybe it works out. But even like if your opponent's playing like Uros and stuff, like what's the point? Just get owned just the same. Maybe I shouldn't have kept the double Temple Guard in hand. Yeah, maybe I should have shipped this. Inkwell Leviathan plus Cavern, that's hilarious. 7-10 blocks for over days. Yeah, unless your opponent just blocks you, right? They just cryptic tap you, so like it's cute, but is it actually effective? Not so sure about that. So we're gonna do this trigger on the stack. We're gonna sack this. Get Crossroads. I think I'm just gonna bounce here. It's possible they should have pathed the Swiss Spear, but I think I want to save the path for the big dude, like the birdie, whatever. Worm is only 6 left in deck touch, that gets pathed, so. Cryptic tap is a thing. Yep. I mean, that's literally what I said. I've been saying that what should have been the bullet was Mystic Sanctuary. You don't need to convince me that they made the wrong decision. Okay. I'm gonna try to strand and light up the stage there. They can spell pierce, I'm just gonna pay. I'm gonna miss on a Reclaim Your activation, but I'm gonna basically cost them 2 cards. $7-11 Shroud is Island Walk Trample. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like the idea is cute, but like, is it actually effective? Is the question. I mean, you need to literally just like resolve the card. If you have resolved the card, then you're probably like doing pretty okay for yourself. So what I suspect happens here is my opponent's gonna bolt me or whatever. Metamorphose. And they're gonna light up the stage again. Or they're just gonna pass the turn. That's also okay. Please don't draw a Temple Garden. Sweet. All right, so sack this. Go get Temple Garden. Get Celestia Sanctuary. Do this. Bounce. Play this. Get Purge. Play our own Blood Moon here. And next turn we can finally go get. We can finally go get it to Lurry West. Sprite Dragon. Second Dragon. Moods, thank you for the follow. The other alternative is just like make sure we stay alive. We have explosives. We have one explosive, so we can transmute 4, E for 2, blow this up. There's the Blood Moon. Reveler. That's pretty good. At least we can block Reveler. So if I sack this Crossroads, I think I just have to sack this Sanctuary, right? Which brings me behind a land drop. And we're just really trying to work around finding a stupid prime time. Shit. Activate, sack this. Get a sanctuary. Alright, so we can Titan next turn. How does the Reclaimer feel? It's been pretty good. To be honest, it's been pretty solid. It's been doing a lot of work, it's been enabling a lot of pretty interesting lines. It's been overall pretty solid. So let's see if my opponent can kill me from 18 through a blocker. Far from impossible. Like if they manage to like chain multiple metamorphoses and stuff, they might actually get there. And this is their second best option. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so if they have like another bolt, we're dead. That counts. Ah! What? What? I guess they just missed lethal. Eight, 9, 10. Even if they flashback Lava Dart, they still die. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. We take those, chat. We take those. We take those. No, this hand doesn't do anything, it's too slow. Ah, you're killing me, deck. You're killing me. If they have a good hand, we're just dead, but I think here I'm just gonna pass the Swift Sphere. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent's doing over there. If they have Stormwing Entity here, I'm gonna be very sad that I'm passing this Swift Spear right now, but they could also have Spell Pierce, which they did show me, and which probably should not be in their deck. But I think that like I cannot allow them to enable light out the stage. Bounce this, let's go. Of course, if they have Blood Moon, we lose, right? Not much to be done there. On top line would be great. There was the option of playing AmuLIT plus Reclaimer instead of Dryad, but I think that the upside of playing Dryad is just too high. And if we find a bounce land, then we can actually just AmuLIT next turn, just a Titan next turn, which should be lethal. Okay, so they're gonna play Stormwing Entity here. That sucks. It's a big fella. They went bottom top, so I'm assuming that I'm dead next turn, so... Bounce land is the best draw. Bounce land, please. Basic Forest. Oh, 1 minute short. 1 minute short. Transmute for bounce. There's nothing, right? We can transmute for Crossroads to try to be a little bit farther away from dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have enough mana anyway, so I guess that is correct for us to do. So we play AmuLIT. Transmute for Crossroads. And that's it. We just cross our fingers. I guess I could have like Aether Gust or something like that. But we can actually beat Aether Gust because we have Dryad plus Valakut because of the Reclaimer. So if their line is to Aether Gust my Titan, we might be able to beat that. So then you will need to deal 17 to me on this turn, or they need to kill the Dryad. Because if they kill the Dryad, then the Titan is not enough to stabilize. I mean, I might be a little bit short. Whatever it is, they don't seem to be very sure about what the best line is. They're kind of struggling a little bit. No blocks. Okay. So we start here because we can force the action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna get Valakut here. We can kill the Stormwing entity. Well, is this even bigger? Is this a bigger issue than this? I think I'm actually gonna kill this Sprite Dragon. Too good, chat. Just too good. Too good. That's probably still enough for us to die, however. Seeing out the best decks in Modern Legacy for you. Modern, some kind of blue X deck. In Legacy, the Rocket Delver. I think that we're just fucked here. I mean, my body has Mace Lethal before, so... And I have not made any land drops, I don't think. Again, I'm trying to be as far away from dead as possible. All right. This is what I got. Please don't kill me. Manamorphose. Fuck. Man, if I only had access to like a path or something like that, but I think that I'm just dead. 8. So like 2 lightning bolts is just enough. Game Wall 3000, thank you for the follow. Lava Dart. One more spell and we're dead. Yeah, that's good. Alright, I mean, I played to my outs. I think I played the game okay. But, yeah. The Prowess deck can be very good. The Prowess deck can be very, very good. Is there a specific reason as to why you're not running double strike land? Yes, because any land, like the mana base of AmuLIT it's just a mess, right? Like we even though we are just a 2-color deck basically, we don't have that many untap sources, we don't have that many green sources to begin with. It's tough. It's definitely tough. So like any land that you're playing in your deck that doesn't help you do your thing basically is potentially a problem. Like it's just not helping you cast your spells, which is pretty important. So if you're playing Sunhome, that means that you're making your mana less consistent, kind of just by definition. We played against this opponent, so I'm just expecting them to have turn to Blood Moon here, because we played against them earlier today, in our first league, so they know what I'm playing, so they're just gonna mulligan. They mulligan to 5, and I imagine that they just mulligan to turn to Blood Moon. Which sucks. Like definitely, this deck gets a lot worse when your opponent knows. Yeah, exactly. If your opponent knows that they have to mulligan to their Haymaker card, this deck gets a lot worse. And we also drew a redundant Asusa, which is just horrid. Let's just say that I don't like my chances here. If this is Season Pyro. Alright. We have 0 outs to a Blood Moon game 1. The only out is Engineered Explosives. Yeah, we just need them to whiff, but if this is a Glorybringer, I'm just gonna back in it, yeah. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is, you know. This can go. Explores and just gotta go Squitter. I'm not play the deck, so can of course not say how much it gives you versus what it costs, but I think you would have won last game with it, maybe only running 1 Tolaria. I think that there is a lot, like I'm very well aware, Game Wolf, of the cost versus benefit. Like I know that why, like what chances I am making better for myself and which chances I am making worse for myself, and I am consciously making that decision. So like it's not like I've thought about all of this. So, and I think that being able to chain Titans and having multiple Prowess is definitely a much higher upside than having access to the Sunhome. This castle entering tapped was the entire story of this game. Because my opponent is like, they don't need to play the Blood Moon until I do something. Like, I'm clearly playing around it, right? Fuck. An untapped source, please. Just a basic forest or something like that would be great. Moto? Are you there? Why is my clock running down while Moto is stuck? Moto, please come back. Hello. All right, there we go. All right, so we're just going to get fucked here, but I don't think that we can. Oh. An update to the card database is available. Please restart matching online to display the updated data available. Okay. Guess we have to restart Moto. That's super random. MTGO being MTGO. Yeah, exactly. Moto, never change, please. Moto. Hello. No. Well. Okay. All right. All right. Please give me a second while I try to figure this out. I need a waiting music, you know, like like a bossa nova or something. We are right now attending some technical difficulties. You know, that kind of stuff. Wow, look at the Utopia Sprawl hanging out over there. Sick. Wait, what? Let's go. All right. All right. I guess now we have a new we have a new place for this Utopia Sprawl. All right. I guess we're we're doing this again, I guess. We need like the dog meme in the middle of the fire and says this is fine. That's what we need. All right. Are we going to be able to figure this out? Moto. No, Utopia Flow just wants to hang out over there. That's Utopia Sprawl's new place. Okay. Sprawl is too cool to hang out with his lame forests. Yeah, I know, right? Too chill. Too chill. This is fine. We do die to double lightning bolt, but is Reclaimer busted or what? Are you still doing push-ups? That is a green screen. Say no. I could be doing push-ups. I've been lazy. I shouldn't be lazy. So, kind of want a green source, a blue source here. So this one is where? It's here. Okay, good to know. Oh shit. Well, that's the one that I wish I had drawn last turn. Bold face, okay. You just have another Glorybringer? Because that would suck. Season Pyro. Okay. Boil, cute. That is why I don't understand why people like bringing in Boil. Like, you just have such a good matchup against us. Like, why? I don't know. Like, I don't know what they cut, but like maybe if this Boil that has been sitting in their hands since the beginning of the game basically had been a Clothes, they would be in such good shape right here. And instead they have like this stupid Boil that wasn't doing anything. Castle. I think we just don't activate. I think we just tap. Oh, come on. This is very annoying. So I think I'm actually going to sack the stronghold, which is really weird. But by doing this, it means that I get to play around Blood Moon. Because I'm the unluckiest. And now I get to go get basic forest plus field. We have 5 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take 2. So we die to Lightning Bolt. We can't beat Lorbinger. Lorbinger is just cheese, but we are beating the board at least. Do Vesuva plus I think we're just gonna do Vesuva plus Bounce Land. And I'm not gonna Titan this turn. Again, I'm playing around Boil here, mostly because it's free. Probably gonna throw a bunch of those under the bus if they want. We already have another Titan. Okay. We could go get Bog. I don't think I'm interested in that. Like, it feels like we're already stabilizing. We did sack our stronghold already, though. So that's no longer an option. But yeah, I think I'm gonna save this pact. Because we can always just go get but they exactly like if they Blood Moon us here, we can go get. We can blow it up. Let's get the Flagstones. Then we Sack flagstones. Yes. Get Temple Garden. No. Alright. They figure it out. Okay, we got this. We got this, chat. We got this. Reclaimer, so good. So good, Reclaimer. Doing so much work. Doing so much work. Timur become new best deck in Mullen. Yeah, it could. I think Timur Rec is very good. It's probably what I'm going to be playing tomorrow for No Die Enemy. I mean, that deck also has Factor Fiction, right? How awesome is that? I'm gonna copy my opponent's basic here. Pillage. Seasoned Pyro. Maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, I think I pulled the trigger a little bit too quickly there. Yeah, that was a punt. That was definitely a punt. Should have held on to that Celestial Purge. Yep, I punted this game away. Now they're gonna get a Blood Moon now. All right. All right, so we're gonna play into Boil, I think. So if they kept Boil, they're gonna get me here. Next turn we get to play 3 land draws, which means we're gonna start triggering Valakut. So that's cool. Unless they have a Blood Moon here. No, Pillage. That is fine. Oof. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna keep this one. This is gonna kill here. Yes. Get the last Temple Garden. This is gonna kill the other one. Yes. And yes. Alright. Cinder Vines. Okay. Kinda have to crack right now, yeah. Boom. Bounce here. Attack. Play this. Sure. Kill an elemental. home. And I guess we might as well play around Lightning Bolt just because we can, right? And this is why you don't play Boil against this deck. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked there. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same. Yeah. Like, Glorybringer just kills us regardless, so... Something good? Not really. Alright, can we draw a Titan or a Dryad so we can win this game? Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. This is the saddest timeline, chat. This is the saddest timeline. Worked so hard for this victory and then we just fell. Just a tiny bit short. Just a tiny bit short. Brutal. Why is that thing there? Why is there a deck contains cards not in my collection? Excuse me? Moto, go home. You're drunk. AmuLIT just seems not great right now. Yeah, I mean, it's... I think that it's... The metagame is super hostile towards AmuLIT right now. I agree 100%. Metagame is super hostile towards AmuLIT. I'm so used to the automated record thingy working. This makes me sad that it doesn't work today. So all the records have been consistently outdated. Yeah, I don't know why it's working. Like sometimes it just does that thing where it just doesn't do anything. Like it just doesn't show up. Don't understand why that happens. Let's see if we can salvage the 3 and 2. So we can at least get some PD chesties. Man, I've been facing a lot of really slow opponents today. I don't know what's going on. It could be because Moto is super laggy today, but like I've been facing like opponents that will just not show up. Like I've been one time I think it was like in 2 or 3 minutes that I was waiting before my opponent showed up, and now it's been like a minute and a half already. Just gonna give them the hello. There we go. It worked. Nah. This hand is better. Not by a lot, but it is better. Consider MTG is actually out to get me. Have I badmouthed wizards lately? I always badmouth wizards. This is a deck I have not faced in a long time. Reflector Mage. That sucks. Oh, I should have played Semi-Growth Chamber there. Whoops. Pretty tame kind of guy, but I wonder if everyone else with mouths, they're crack dealers like this. No. Only I do. I have no respect, no shame. We know that the Valak is at the very bottom, so no chance of naturally drawing it. How were the leagues? We 3-2'd every league. The deck has played out very well though. Like a lot of the matches where, like I did get very unlucky multiple times, and I did make some mistake as well. Let's not forget about that. All right. Got a melee mage. Probably gonna name Dryad. Engineered explosives. It's kind of a weird thing to name, considering the current board state. That was a huge mistake on my part, by the way, not playing the bounce land on that one turn. Massive mistake. Massive mistake. I would have been able to set up a Titan for this coming turn, and I would have been able to also play Reclaimer. Like, oh, yeah. I guess it was either or. I would have been able to set up a Titan, or I would have been able to play that Reclaimer. Block. They're down to 0 cards. Untapped land would be great. Any untapped source, it's basically game, I would say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Valakut, and I guess I'm gonna gain some life. So let's scale this, and let's scale this. Don't play AmuLIT and Legacy, destroyed every single Miracle deck, got demolished by every deck with Wasteland. Yeah, you cannot beat the card Wasteland. I even tried playing AmuLIT with main deck Python Needles. Kind of like I stole that idea from Fourth Hierarch. That's funny. I stole that idea from the Turbo Depths decks, and it still doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah, this is just lethal. I am very, very confused by my opponent naming engineered explosives instead of naming Dryad or Primetime there. Very confused. Should I play Crassus? I guess. Guess we're going with Crassus. What about Vintage? You gain Fast Bond? I mean, in Vintage you already have Exploration, right? Which is kind of busted already. Maybe Vintage it makes more sense. I think at one point somebody was messing around with that idea. No idea how actually effective it was or wasn't. Alright, let's finish this league on a high note, okay? There was a Tatioa deck with Primetime in Vintage. I mean, saying that there was a deck is probably... It's probably very generous of you. Saying that some crazy person out there was messing around with a list with Tatioa Primetime, that's probably more accurate. I think I actually do like this hand. This top deck is either AmuLIT or probably either AmuLIT or the Reclaimer. Either one of those top decks would be really good right here. I'm leaning on Temple Garden because next turn we can play the Valakut and we're gonna be able to hold up Path. Samuel is still doing good. It's rough out there. The metagame is really, really hostile towards Samuel right now. It's sad to see Uru in this deck also. It's not very good. Like, it's not... You're not building your deck around Uro. It's just like a one-off that you sometimes randomly... It's like a worse Explorer that sometimes you randomly draw it against Grixis Shadow or Jund or something, and it's very, very good. But it's not... In fact, very often it's just worse than Explorer in this deck. Crazy. You are the crazy one, friend. When Tatioa Titan wins the Pro Tour, you will be sorry. Okay. When Tatioa Titans wins the Pro Tour, I'm gonna be out there. Just in awe. Just for all of the full Tatiovas. Have fun buying them from me for 50 cents in 2 years. Wow. Really, really working the market there, huh? Should I play around Damping Sphere? I mean, I am playing around Damping Sphere, I guess. It delays. Yeah, maybe it was correct for me to not play around Damping Sphere. And last turn to play out the Semi-Growth Chamber. Hopefully this is a draw step Kite Sail. Sure, bounce this. If they got nothing here, this game is gonna be over pretty quickly. In before Magus of the Moon, right? In before Magus. My body is ready, Chad. So they're gonna need Reflector Mage. I guess Reflector Mage plus Melee Mage. Okay. I have no idea why they pay it like that, but I'll take it. I guess even if their last card in hand is Reflector Mage, we're still in business. Like, they will need to play it right now, I guess. And we will need to top deck exactly Castle. Yep, they have Reflector Mage. Alright, so opponent had the perfects. How does that affect us? How does that affect us? They're gonna get to draw a card next turn too, so we have to keep that into consideration. Should I pact for Udo? How much damage am I taking? So I'm taking 3 plus 4, it's 7, plus 2 is 9, 11. We're taking 11. 11 plus 12, 13, 14, 15 if they draw 2 humans, unless it's Ithalia's Lieutenant. So Lieutenant kills us. Pact for Azusa. I'm considering pacting for Udo because I gain life. I could also pact for Baloth, but I need to know like what my next turn is going to look like, right? If I pact for Udo, we play 1, 2 lands. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana plus 1, 7. Plus 1, 7. Then we're going to get to Dryad. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I think pacting for Azusa might be correct. Just slightly better than pacting for Udo. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I guess I'm gonna have to, yeah, we'll just hold the garrison in hand. Do you think you have cast the most prime times in Magic history? I mean, to be honest, it's possible. To be fair, it's like if somebody told me that was a fact, I would not be surprised. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think we just take it here. Forest. Oh shit. So I guess I'm gonna guarantee some symbols too. Bounce. Block. Alright, so they seem to not have anything. Unless they're slow rolling me for no reason. No, they don't have anything. Alright, last match of the day. It's by far the player who's resolved the most Synchronous Chamber triggers in history. Oh, we're playing against Freed Mania, so we're probably playing the mirror here. What do you think about the Easter Prowess deck? Is it any good? Yeah, I think it's quite good. I was listening to the to the podcast, Nasif's and Harry MTG's podcast, and Pat was saying how he doesn't like it. Not like I actually think it's pretty cool. No, I think it's pretty solid. I don't think it's great or anything, but it's definitely a fine modern deck that you can play. Could have cast Explorer there, but if my opponent is gonna be Inquisitioning me again, Thoughtseizing me again, it's probably less likely for them to be able to answer Triad. Okay, so they're probably playing Shadow. Preemptive the playing explosives, of course. Goiful. Is that a good draw? D's plus top deck. What do you say, chat? Do we play around Dismember plus Gutshot. I think I'm not gonna play around it. And I'm gonna bog myself. Teleria West, Portugal Bog. I guess they could have another Dismember, and we would die, but that's fine, whatever. Alright, so I'm gonna assume that this is John's Shadow. So all of our removal is gonna come in. Crassus, Tracker, Explosives, and Field. These are gonna go. Reclaimer sounds legit. Explorer sounds great. Azusa probably can go. Cavern, Ghost Quarter. No, Baloth is not good enough. Even if they have Liliana, it's like questionable. Like it's just not. It's good against Liliana, like of course, but even still, like it's questionable. And if they are not guaranteed to be playing 4 Lilianas, then you're still. Then that's basically enough for me to not want the card. There are 2 cards I would like to get banned from Modern. First thing is Uro, and second is something from the new front decks that the web can't say anything about. Yeah, I agree exactly with those concepts. Lion Rose. I am exactly on the same page. Yeah, we have a command here. What do you think about Blue Eye Stumbling and Control variants? I think that they're very good. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, you're gonna be seeing that I've been doing a lot of winning with those archetypes. What do I want to cut here? Do I want to? I don't think I want the Jellyfish. Maybe they have Ashiok, I guess. I don't like that. I kind of want to try Reclaimer. Like I think it's pretty solid in the matchup. So I don't want to cut them all, but pretty solid hand. Full foil. I don't like foil cards, so I don't have foil cards. I only own 1 card in foil in AmuLIT, and that is Uro. Because when I ended up second in the what's his name? The Legacy event or whatever, I won a full foil Theros set. And then I exchanged it, so I have foil Uro, but I really dislike foil cards, so it's not my kind of pimp. The pimp that I enjoy is no second ladder. Okay, these. The pimp that I enjoy is like cards in foreign languages. I do have a fair amount of cards in Spanish. I also do enjoy cards in Japanese. Probably that's my favorite. Japanese is probably my favorite. Caleb is playing Mox's Goblins in Legacy. Nice. That deck is legit. Can I set up a situation where well, I guess this green sword allows me to Titan next turn, so I should transmute here. I should transmute here. If they Inquisition me, I can. It's nice that I get to actually cast the pact. That's pretty cool. Nice, we have Delirium chat. All right, third 3 and 2 of the day. Thoughts. There's something here. Oh, you love to see it. So every single deck is doubled. Nice. Good job, Moto. Good job. All right, so thoughts. Main deck. I didn't get to cast Gracer a single time, so I have no idea how good or bad really this is. Double Master Spock Champ, that's amazing. That is amazing. Reclaimer is the real deal. This card has a very high power level. You can, like, we played some matches against Gruul even that were almost solely won by this card. So very, very impressed with this card. The mana base needs more work. I feel like 34 lands is fine, but I feel like there are other things that I would like to experiment with. Like, for example, I would like to make room for the field in the main deck. Maybe that means going up to 35 lands. Maybe that means cutting something like a Castle Garenberg. 4 Flagstones is a must, and I think that at least 2 to 3 Temple Gardens is the minimum that we should play. Maybe we should be playing less bounce lands. I don't think that's the case. Like, we're already currently playing 8. I don't think we can play any less than 3 basics. Maybe the fetch line can go. It's tough. It really is tough. Is Flagstones only worth it with Reclaimer? I assume so. Yes, I would not play Flagstones without Reclaimer in my deck. Like, that's the only reason that I would play the card. In fact, if there's a matchup where I am siding out Reclaimers, which I don't know what that matchup would look like, but if there were a matchup where I would side out all of my Reclaimers, I would probably cut all the Flagstones, or at least like 2 or 3 of the Flagstones. What else? The shell is fine. It enables a lot of silly things. Like, earlier in the day today, we played against a blue-white deck where my opponent made a play and they got completely blown out because they had no idea what the potential Reclaimer had, and we were able to do like a sick line that ended up with my opponent dying. It was pretty glorious, honestly. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Crasis, however you pronounce this, is interesting. I'm going to probably continue testing this card as a potential answer, quote unquote, to the Aethergust problem. I don't know if it's this. Emrakul, that is. But yeah, what we tried here is playing no negates at all and just playing those cards instead. Cards that I would like to make room for in the sideboard include maybe one more Path to Exile. Celestial Purge, I think it's just excellent, so 3 copies is pretty good. Is a Night of Reliquary just better than Elf? No. Night of Reliquary requires you to sacrifice either a forest or a plains. Elf allows you to sacrifice any land. Hence the synergy with Flagstones. You can sacrifice Flagstones and you actually can use that to ramp. So no, a Reclaimer is a lot better than Knight. It's not even close. At least in this deck, obviously. But yeah, I mean, metagame's still super hostile towards AmuLIT. Somehow managed to 3-2 every single league, but I don't think I remember a single good matchup that we faced. Like Green Tron and Eldrazi Tron. Those were the only 2 good matchups that I think that we faced. Everything else was Gruul, Blue X, Aethergast.deck, which we actually beat maybe like half the time or something, but still bad matchups. Gruul, we played against the Prowess deck, which my opponent just punting games away and it just didn't matter. Definitely, it's rough out there. It's definitely rough out there. Honestly, it's rough enough that if I were to play an important event this weekend, like if I had to play a GP or like a Showcase Challenge or something, I would seriously consider playing something that's not AmuLIT. Maybe I would at the very last minute just change things and just play AmuLIT anyway. But like it's really rough. Like it's probably the worst. This might honestly be like the worst metagame for AmuLIT that I've ever played in. It was also pretty rough back in the Blue-Red Phoenix days. But even still in there, it was like Blue-Red Phoenix was pretty rough, but this can be worse than the Hogak meta. It is. Like, I had a positive win percentage against Hogak. And it was a lot easier to build your deck to beat Hogak, right? Because like you have a very, very clear target. But now we're trying to build a deck like Ashiok kills us. Sword of Feast and Famine kills us. Aethergust kills us. The Fairy Time Raveler plus Aethergust is unbeatable. Gruul with Blood Moon and stuff kills us. Like, it's just so many. We are getting attacked from so many different angles, and all of them are they require different answers. Like, they require different ways to be beat. Before it was Hogak, right? We just built our entire deck to beat Hogak. Main deck Field of the Deads, playing multiple 1-drops to kind of keep up, playing sideboard, the Tormod Script, and Grafdigger's Cage. All of those things, like not even playing Pact of Negation in the main deck, like all of those changes were made because of the specific metagame in which we were playing against Hogak. And you were playing against Hogak like 2 or 3 times a league. So it was pretty, you know, you would try things and then you could see if they worked out because you would be testing against those decks all the time. Here, like I tried Crassus and I cast it 0 times, right? So, yeah. That's kind of the current situation. It's not a good time for us AmuLIT players, but I am very happy with what I saw Reclaimer do today against Gruul specifically. Like, I felt like the games were a lot closer because of this card. Like, I hadn't thought about the fact that 3/4 is actually almost a problematic body for the Gruul deck. So that's definitely something to consider. Like, if Gruul is as popular as I think it is, and as I I believe it to be because I play against it all the freaking time. I don't think there's ever been a day where I streamed where I did not play against Gruul a single time for the past like 2 weeks or something. So that is definitely a big reason to be testing Reclaimer. But yeah, this version of the deck is still in its infancy, and it's basically me and Jose that are doing work on the deck right now. So like the AmuLIT, all the other AmuLIT minds have not spent a single like match with this list. So the evolution of the deck is probably going to be a lot slower because there's a lot less people actually working on it. But yeah, I at this point I am not sure that this is just a worse version of normal AmuLIT. Like I would even say that. I'm not sure anymore that this is strictly worse than just your current versions or your no nonsense versions. So yeah, definitely that's the exciting part. Also, it's a lot of fun. I think that I've been having a lot of fun with Reclaimer. I think that this card is just super sweet. Again, it's my favorite card printed in the past couple of years, so no surprises there. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, I will see you in the very next video, and have a nice rest of the day. Bye bye.